Only a ladder and nothing else. That is Ladder Smash. That is what we played a few times in a video. That is what we played on live streams.
Yeah, we always made full cast smash downs usually. So we play like for 2 hours. We play all the characters.
And in the last stream, we reached 200 members. And the goal for that was to create a tier list for Ladder Smash. And that's why we're here today.
We got a few tiers on our tier list and we're gonna go from worst to best.
Okay, so the worst two characters in this mode for us are Min Min and Olimar, with Min Min being the absolute worst.
Yep.
On the ladder, she isn't bad, right? But if she's off the ladder, she only has one double jump to get back, and tethers do not grab the ladder. Even if she hits an opponent with the tether, she can't do anything.
Next up on the list is Olimar. He is in theory not that bad, right? He has good aerials, he has free Pikmin, but the problem is, once you lose your stock, the Pikmin are gone and there's no way to get your Pikmin back. And usually we play in a 3-stock format, so yeah, the only thing you can do now is footstools, nair, and I guess up special or maybe down B. And trust me,
yeah,
it's
you cannot take a stock anymore. By the way, we did order the worst tier and the best tier, but in between it's unordered. So Byleth is the next tether character. She cannot grab the ladder with the tether. The rest of her kit is actually pretty alright. The down air is strong, she does have range. If she gets an opponent,
yeah,
she can recover.
She can save herself, right? Yeah. Next up, Chrom. He has an up special that just doesn't really work on this mode. You can drag your opponent with you, but you will never be able to grab the ladder. Your aerials are not bad, you got a spike, right? You can do all aerials on the ladder, but you can even turn around, right? On the ladder with your back air, but
that's pretty good.
Off stage ones, you're dead.
Now Inkling in theory could be really good because the aerials are nice, she does have some mobility, she even has side B to recover, but the only problem is that her up special will not grab the ladder at all, which is so unfortunate.
Yeah. Similar to Chrom, Ike has the same problem. His up special will never grab the ladder. You can try to take your opponent with you, and the only thing that kind of makes him a little bit better is that you can side B, maybe here and there. That makes it a little bit better.
And his aerials are also a little stronger than
bit more range,
Chrom's,
and the spike is even scarier.
Now once again the same pattern. Incineroar's up special just doesn't grab the ladder. You can drag someone with you if you get the chance, but yeah, all he can work with is his side special. The rest of his aerials, once again, are pretty decent actually, but without a recovery.
And Little Meg, there's a mode where he's not the worst, yeah. The cool thing is you can use your up special on the ladder, which is pretty powerful if you're below your opponent. Of course, the obvious problem for Little Meg is recovering. If he's off stage once, you don't have a lot of room to work with.
The next problem that also makes him really bad are the aerials.
Yeah. You can spike, right? You can nair, stuff like that, but they just have no knockback.
Piranha Plant was actually a little bit hard to evaluate because once again the aerials are alright, she has a spike, she does have neutral B as well, which can help a lot on the ladder, but one big problem is again her recovery. She for some reason doesn't grab the ladder until very late. So if you up special very high, you barely can grab it, which once again puts her into the almost unwinnable category.
And now we're going into the next tier, which are weak characters, but they are playable. This whole tier is not ordered anymore. Yoshi, actually not that bad, right? Good areas, good air mobility, a high double jump, and also the armor, right? Which can help.
It does have armor.
But if you're getting hit out of your double jump, then you're kinda screwed, right? You have to up special, and during up special you can't grab the ladder, only afterwards.
Now ICs do have great aerials, up air, forward air, back air are all good, but one problem is that once Ice Climbers use up special, Nana will just not grab the ladder. If you recover very high, and you fast fall enough to catch up with Nana and then press up or down, she will grab the ladder. But in most cases, you will not be able to do that. She just won't grab the ladder ever. And then you have to work with Popo's up special alone.
Also weak but playable is Rosalina and Luma. I guess down air and up air are not that bad on the ladder. But once again, the recovery is just really bad. And if you kind of misspace it like this, even if you space it correctly, right? It's like so easy to punish. And yeah, once Luma gets hit once, she will just fly into the abyss.
Fox's aerials are actually not that good on the ladder. The up air is alright, but the neutral air, back air, forward air, they're all slow. They don't have a lot of range. And obviously Fox's recovery is just not that good. He does have side B and his up special does have a hitbox, but he's still vulnerable to getting punished, and he's a fast faller with not a lot of air mobility.
Now Ken and Ryu are obviously pretty similar, and their main problem is once again the recovery. If you recover, you have to be exactly on the ladder, and even
they
then
take a long time to grab the ladder.
The aerials have low range and it's hard to hit the spike actually.
You can use down B to recover and to block hits. You can use side B to recover, but it all doesn't help if you can't
recover. Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Terry is a little different from Ryu and Ken. His up special does work better, and the hitbox is also right above him and around him. It's a very good move on the ladder. Again, his recovery is just not that good. And the aerials on the ladder are also not that special.
And now to my main, Diddy Kong. Definitely not my ladder main, because he's much worse here. It's just if you get hit out of your barrels once, you are pretty much screwed.
Yeah. You fall so low.
Yeah. Otherwise his down air is pretty scary and not that bad, and his aerials are also fine, but yeah.
Now Bowser Jr. once again, pretty good aerials, good capability of keeping opponents out with back air and forward air, and even has the side B to recover if you do it right. But up special, once again, will not grab the ladder.
Yeah.
There's just nothing you can do to grab the ladder.
Rob, you would think he's pretty good, right? The problem is, if you use up your fuel, you will not get it back by grabbing the ladder. So if you have to up B a little bit and then try to recover, you can go back to the ladder, but you can't like up B anymore. If you lose a stock, the fuel resets, and yeah, if you up special, you can't grab the ladder. You have to like double jump, air dodge, or do an aerial to grab it again.
Now, Joker is a tether character, which is a huge problem for him. While his up air, down air and other areas are pretty dope if he can make good use of his counter or just lives long enough, he does also have the guns on the ladder. Arsene can help him with the recovery, but it's still an up special without a hitbox. It's so easy to edge guard.
Now Steve, you would think, is broken because he can just ignore the ladder completely and just build, right? But once you're out of your blocks, right? You won't get them back, and there's no place to mine them. Another problem is if you use up all your tools, like your wood tools, they will just break and you won't be able to like craft new ones. In the first stock, maybe you can use some down air, some side Bs, but you will never get any iron back. You can mine TNT if you place it right on the block, and you can also mine your down air if you place it right. It will help you out a little bit, but it's super hard, and especially even harder if there's an opponent that just wants to fight you.
Duck Hunt isn't actually too bad. His aerials are good. He doesn't have a lot of specials to work with, except for maybe the can. But his recovery is very punishable. He doesn't have a hitbox, it's super slow. He can make an aerial out of it and grab it afterwards, but he's still super punishable.
Yeah, you can use your can while you recover and kind of cover the ladder, right? But it's not that easy and also not that effective. Now Luigi also has a bad recovery in normal Smash, and that doesn't change in ladder Smash. His aerials on stage are pretty solid. You can spam them, right? Down air is scary, forward air is very fast.
He does have a spike, but all of it doesn't have too much range, right?
Exactly.
So he's not a big threat on the ladder, and his recovery sucks.
Yep.
Mewtwo has decent aerials. His down air is strong, back air, forward air has kill power. So all of that is good, but his recovery, once again, is just not that good. He's just extremely vulnerable when doing it. When recovering high, it takes a while for him to grab the ladder. When recovering from below, he's very predictable.
What makes Wolf very fragile is obviously his bad recovery, and also the fact that he falls pretty fast, right? His aerials are not that bad. He has a spike. Having a spike is super good on ladder Smash. Still, yeah, you get hit out of your double jump once, you have to up special, and yeah.
Now, to finish off this tier, which remember is still unordered, we have the Belmonts, and they are interesting. In my opinion, they barely made it into this tier because they are super trash once they are off the ladder. They have no air mobility, their up special sucks, but once on the ladder, they have the forward air, the back air, the up air.
Look at that up air, man.
If they can manage to get someone with a bad recovery off stage, they can even go for a spike. So their kit is all right on the ladder, but if they're off, they're super bad.
Now the next tier is called decent but can struggle. For Sephiroth, obviously he has big areas with a lot of range, right? Down air is kind of risky, but it can even work. You can double jump, up special, and yeah, this is also the main problem. As you can see, he doesn't grab the ladder immediately after his up special. He has a big hitbox on his up special, but it just takes a while, right? But once you get your wing, I guess you got an extra double jump, which makes it super powerful.
Greninja's aerials are decent. His forward air can kill, back air is nice to keep opponents out, but he is a fast faller. While he can recover with side B, right? And his up special doesn't have a hitbox, also very easy to just hit a down air on him.
So the first Link, but also the worst Link of all three is Young Link. He has not too much range. For down air, he lets go of the ladder. It doesn't even spike, right? Otherwise, his aerials are decent, but his recovery it covers the ladder with a hitbox, but it's kind of slow, and you can just dodge it and punish it afterwards.
Now, sword fighters are usually pretty good in ladder smash, but Roy's range and the weak tip just put him at a little bit of a disadvantage. But yeah, he also is a fast faller, and his up special has a pretty good hitbox, so he's decent, but yeah.
Dog has very strong aerials with his down air and forward air. His recovery, obviously, he struggles in normal smash as well to get back, is pretty bad. He has his down B, which is even strong on the ladder itself, right? And knocks super far away if you hit it. But yeah, if you're off stage and you get hit out of your double jump, you will usually die.
Now, Cloud might be really broken if his recovery would be better. His sword just has so much range ever since Smash 4.
And it stays out forever.
It stays out forever. He has a spike with the forward air, with the down air, but he doesn't have any range with the up B. And as you see, he also doesn't grab the ladder immediately after using it. He does get limit, which does help. But aside from that, he can't do much if he's off stage.
Okay, so Ridley is the first multi-jump character on this list, and multi-jumps, let me tell you, are very good. You can just stall out there, you don't need the ladder the whole time, and yeah, it makes it very hard to ladder guard you. Other than that, his aerials are super good. A little drawback is that you don't have that many angles on your up special, right? You can go straight up and drift towards it, but you will usually get punished. And if you go sideways, then you gotta be higher, right? Yeah.
Fan favorite Captain Falcon. Good aerials, he even has an amazing spike, like honestly, this is so good. His up special isn't even that bad. It's a little hard to maneuver because a lot of times the movement makes it hard to align with the ladder, and he can't even grab opponents. But aside from the grab, he doesn't have a hitbox, which can make it easy to get spiked.
These two characters are in the same tier. They're not the same strength. Obviously, they both kind of struggle with their recovery because it's a bit slow and predictable.
Yeah, I would say the aerials of both of them are pretty good. Ness is maybe a little bit better than Lucas's. Lucas's jump and air mobility similar to Ness. His up special goes a lot farther, but if you fail it, you're screwed. I think Lucas is a little bit better than Ness. Just because of the up special.
So Banjo actually doesn't really need the ladder, right? He can stay out forever if he wants to with his grenade. Other than that, his aerials are not that bad. And he also has multi-jumps basically, right? He has one jump more than others.
One good thing about up special is that he can use aerials and jumps after up special, so that's an advantage. In ladder smash, having big hitboxes is such a huge advantage because you get a lot of free hits, and especially if they are strong hits like DKs, like all these fatties with a lot of range are pretty good on the ladder, and DK even has this deadly down air.
It's so scary.
But once again, his recovery holds him back a little bit. The horizontal range and the hitbox is great, but it is slow and he doesn't have anything to protect him from above.
You might think, Hero, why is he so low? He has a big sword, or a rather big sword.
I mean, we're already in the mid tiers, so
yeah, it's true. But there's one thing that makes him really bad. It's just his up special. It takes a while for him to grab the ladder, as you can see. Other than that, he has a good spike, a very good spike actually.
And he is a sword fighter. He does have the range, right? Toon Link, he's definitely a little better than Young Link. mainly because he is a floaty, right? He doesn't fall that fast, and that is a huge advantage in Letter Smash. He has the up air, he has the sword, which at least gives him a little bit more range than Young Link.
Yeah, and I think also being floatier.
This, which is kind of cool.
Whoa, you hit me twice.
I hit you twice. One cool thing on the ladder is that if you pull a bomb, you can still do aerials on the ladder, and then if you let go, you can throw it.
Being one of the best characters in normal Smash means she's also pretty good in Ladder Smash, right? Neutral air, everyone knows it, it just covers her whole body, and all her other aerials, back air, forward air, and even up air are very strong. Of course, her recovery is kind of hard to use.
Basically all teleport recoveries without hitboxes do struggle a little bit in this mode. Sheik also has a teleport recovery, but I would argue that it is a little bit better than the others, simply because, well, she has a hitbox. Aside from that, she also has Bouncing Fish to recover, which has a big hitbox, right? It's not easy to edge guard, and it just gives her so much distance. Sheik doesn't have a lot of kill power aside from Bouncing Fish. Her up and also the range, she struggles a little bit.
There's also one more thing I want to mention with Sheik is that other characters have as well, but Sheik's forward air is just really a bad example for that. She just doesn't grab the ledge after it, right?
Yeah.
It takes a while. You have to like cancel it with like jump or another move maybe. Yeah. Now Sonic is not that annoying in this mode than in normal Smash because spin attack really doesn't do much, right? You can do it and jump out of it. Also neutral B is pretty good on the ladder. It's just hard for the opponent to dodge it, right? Other than that, his aerials don't have too much range. You can even spike, right? And recover afterwards if you do it right. But yeah, kind of risky.
Lucario doesn't have too much range on his aerials, but the down air is actually pretty good. Even though he lets go of the ladder, back air, forward air are decent, but they don't do that much. Now, Lucario's up special can actually be good, right? And he even gets more range with Aura. But it can be a little hard to aim, because in this game, for some reason, it's just so hard to control this up special.
Snake, my Wi-Fi main, he can also stay in the air for a long time by just detonating C4s, right?
His aerials are actually pretty decent in my opinion. They have good knockback, they have good range, he even has the forward air spike. His up special, in my opinion, is pretty good, because the Cypher... Maybe it's not that good. Yeah. At least he has a Cypher that protects him. Alright, on to the next tier. These characters either have a really good recovery or are just very solid for some other reason. We're gonna start out with Kirby. The big reason he is here are all the multi-jumps, right? His neutral air and back air are good to keep out opponents. His spike isn't that strong and he doesn't have too much range in general.
But it's still scary.
His up special does not grab the ladder. That is one big disadvantage.
That's also one of the reasons we almost put him to decent, but multi-jumps are just too good, that's why he is very solid. Wario has also the big advantage that his air mobility is very good, his aerials work very well, he has the down air.
Yeah, and he's still heavy, so he doesn't fly that far.
Exactly. Even use his spike, but only once a stock, right? Yeah. You don't get it back, you have to stand on the stage to get it back. Yeah, you will see he will look for a spike. And then even as a clutch factor, fart on your opponent.
And also his up special is very good in this mode. Alright, Peach and Daisy have decent aerials. The up air covers a lot, down air is okay, back air, forward air have a lot of knockback, and of course they have the float. This can help a lot in just spacing your aerials. You can go very far off stage, you can recover very well, and their up special has a huge hitbox above them, right? It's really hard to edge guard Peach, but there is one problem. If you are in the umbrella, she won't grab the ladder by pressing up. You have to press down, because then she will let go of the umbrella, so you just have to let go first and then grab the ladder.
Exactly, but once you know that, you can really just use this technique and her recovery becomes very good.
Yeah.
One of the best characters in normal Smash, but also very good on ladder Smash is Zero Suit, and a big part of that is just her down B, right? You can just go to the ladder, it even spikes. Up B, very hard to punish, it covers the whole ladder.
Zero Suit has great mobility in the air and her jump is really high, so a lot of times she doesn't even have to use up special. Now Shulk's sword has massive range, okay? This character has actually one of the best aerials for ladder smash. One thing that puts Shulk probably from decent into very solid are his Monados, right? He has the jump Monado. If you get knocked off stage, you can just immediately switch and have a huge up special, right? I would say it's really hard to use him well because of the Monados. His Smash Monado helps so much on ladder smash. If you can get the Smash Monado on the ladder and edgeguard your opponent, they're dead.
Now finally, the final Link is Breath of the Wild Link. He is definitely the best Link because his upper is just gigantic.
It's massive, yeah.
It's massive, he stays out forever. He can spike with his down air even, which can be very helpful. If you're a god at bomb recovering, you can even use it. I'm not.
Now Pichu is honestly one of the best characters in this tier. One reason is this down special, it just covers the whole damn ladder. He doesn't have a lot of range, that is one problem, but he does also have a spike. His recovery is okay, but it doesn't have a hitbox. So if Pichu is actually forced to use up special, he can get punished.
Now what makes Mario much better than Dr. Mario is just his mobility in general, his jumps go further, and the biggest part that makes him better than Doc is obviously his up special, which is like, even at low percent, you're usually almost safe, you can grab immediately and it goes much further. Mario also has very good up air ladder, if you know what I mean, right?
Up air ladder. Falco's aerials are decent. He does have a good spike. He has good knockback to keep opponents away. But his big strength is definitely the high jump. Just because of the high jump, he's so much better than Fox. His up special is not that good, but it has a hitbox.
He's also a little floatier, so that makes him much better.
Right, that's another big reason.
Now Ganon is just so scary, man.
He's so
down
scary.
air is, basically if you get hit once, he has enough time to just go for another one. You're usually dead after one hit. His recovery is not even that bad, just because you can grab, and the hitbox above, right, is just so strong and it covers you, right? So if the people want to spike you, it's not that easy.
Yeah, but what really makes him that strong is just all the knockback, like his big aerials. He's heavy, so he survives a lot. Okay, Bowser, another heavy with huge hitboxes and just super hard hitting aerials. And his down air does this, right? His recovery is decent. He does have a hitbox, he has decent range with it, and he grabs the ladder after it, so...
Another heavy and another character with very strong aerials. He has a spike on down air and back air, and they all work pretty good on the ladder. On his neutral air, he even has the belly armor. I think we didn't know in the beginning when we started playing Ladder Smash 2 years ago, if you up special and you don't press down, he will not be able to grab the ladder. He will be in this propeller animation. But if you grab down, after you fall,
you press down,
yeah, he will stop and immediately grab the ladder.
It has a big hitbox above him, right? It's hard to contest him, even with spike aerials. Now, Pokemon Trainer is very weird, because Squirtle is alright. The aerials don't have that much range, but he's pretty fast, he has good mobility, and his up special is kinda safe. Ivy is obviously pretty bad by himself because of the tether recovery. He only has a double jump, but because you never play Ivy, like only Ivy, he can always switch to Charizard and never has to deal with the tether. Yet Ivy himself still has very good usage. The up air is amazing, the down air is an incredible spike, even though he lets go of the ladder, and even the other aerials are okay. Now Charizard is, like the other heavies, really good. He has a strong down air, he has a lot of range and knockback. He even has multi-jumps. He has
one
3
extra
jumps,
jump.
one extra jump, yeah. And his up special has a big hitbox. It's hard to aim sometimes.
Pit and Dark Pit are obviously pretty strong because of their multi-jumps, right? And they also have range on their aerials. Even the spike is pretty good on Ladder Smash. And in general, I would probably say that maybe Dark Pit is a little bit better because just the arrow upwards is just stronger, right?
Also, one more thing, the side special of Dark Pit knocks sideways instead of upwards, which
also
is
better.
Both of their recoveries are pretty bad. They don't have a hitbox, they have a lot of range, but that's pretty much it. Now King Dedede is amazing. Once again, he's a heavy with multiple jumps similar to Charizard. His hammer just covers such a big range and it's really hard to get through to him. And his spike is massive. His air mobility isn't too great, but his up special is actually pretty good. He has armor when he comes up, and when he cancels it, he can immediately grab the ladder.
Another character that is pretty good, but I would say harder to play on ladder smash is Bayonetta. Obviously, she has a good recovery with her multiple specials, and they all reset. You never have the landing lag like you have in normal smash. A kind of weird thing is that if you go for like the jump cancels up B on the ladder, it's hard because if you press up, she will grab the ladder. So it can kind of screw with you, but once you know how it works, you can just go crazy, go off stage, and yeah.
Now next up we have Isabelle and Villager, with in ladder smash the only big difference being their side special, because down B you can't use with both of them, they need ground for that. The side special does put Villager at a slight advantage, so in my opinion Isabelle slightly worse.
Up special doesn't have a hitbox.
Yeah, it goes pretty far, but it loses fuel if you get held outside a lot of times. Aside from that, Villager and Isabelle are amazing on the ladder. The up air, down air is incredible, and obviously the slingshot just keeps opponents out, similar to the Belmonts. Definitely super good pick on the ladder.
Now what makes Robin very good is her Levin sword. It takes a little while for it to charge up, but once you got it, it hits so strong. You have the big spike, and just in general her up air, forward air and back air. Even the nair is now in Smash Ultimate a strong Levin sword move, and her recovery isn't even that bad. You can kind of angle it here and there.
Now Marth is good for a simple reason. He's a sword fighter, a fast sword fighter. He also has a spike. The range is really all you need on this ladder, and his recovery is pretty solid because it's so fast. He grabs the ladder immediately afterwards, and it has a hitbox that just protects him. It is hard to hit the tipper, it's also hard to hit the spike.
Now we all know those Wii Fit players that just camp on the ledge or in the air, they take a while, charge their things up, ball and then up B. Even if you recover, she grabs it immediately and covers herself with the hoops, right? It's super convenient. You can even stall in the air with down B as well.
This is actually really good because she just becomes so much stronger with that, right? And you can charge it up for free off stage.
Okay, fun fact that we just noticed. If you don't get hit, your side B doesn't reset. So you can only use your side B again if you get hit. Grabbing the ladder doesn't matter.
Zelda also has really good aerials. You all know these sweet spots. Obviously forward air and back air are hard to hit on the ladder, but they are an amazing punish tool once your opponent is off stage. The down air though can be hit, and it kills super early if you hit the sweet spot, and up air just covers so much. And a recovery is a teleport recovery, but because of the hitbox, it can actually be really good. Oh,
Corin,
once again a sword fighter.
Yeah, sword fighter with very good range, especially up air is insane, and you can even use down air, right, and then still recover. Her recovery just grabs the ladder immediately afterwards, right, and the wings are so big that it's just very easy for her to come back.
Yeah, and now finally we reached the highest tier in this tier list, the absolutely broken characters of ladder smash, and this tier is ordered again, with the worst broken character being Jigglypuff. She might seem similar to Kirby, but there's one huge difference. She just has so much more air mobility, okay? She usually just needs 1 or 2 jumps to get back to the ladder. Then her aerials, forward air, back air, she can use back air to turn around, by the way, huge advantage in ladder smash. Neutral air, back air, forward air, they're all good. Even the up air can be alright to get a hit in.
They're on the ladder and they never know when you're coming, and they can't really outspace it just by going away from you. They can just go
how
up and
long
down.
She's like off the ladder. She can just stay there and pressure with aerial. She doesn't have to recover. One last thing, her side B is another tool to stall. Let's not forget about that.
And if you're cool, you can also just side. Alright, Samus and Dark Samus, they just have everything you need for ladder smash. They are heavy, floaty, they have a spike and can stall in the air, very good aerials. I mean, what else do you want?
Honestly, the aerials are just so good. You can, move forward, let go of the ladder and just forward air them into oblivion, and the up special is just safe. They are floaty, so they can always get below the ladder, and once you're there, up special, it's fast, you can hit your opponent.
They're so similar, there's only like one thing I could mention which makes normal Samus better than Dark Samus is the double jump animation.
Samus becomes really small when double jumping and Dark Samus kind of doesn't care.
Yeah, it goes into like Spider-Man mode.
So, yeah. Alright, next up we have Lucina. She is incredibly broken. The sword doesn't require a tipper to be strong. The spike is so easy to hit. The forward air and back air are incredible to keep opponents out. Like we said, all sword fighters are really good, but she's just faster than the others and still has really good range and a super safe recovery. The perfect all-rounder. She has everything you want in Ladder Smash except maybe more range on the recovery.
Now Pikachu, one of the best characters in normal Smash, is also very good here. Pikachu is known for going very deep off stage and very ham, and yeah, he can also do it here. Can go super far off stage, gimp opponents with spike and stuff like that, and then recover with up special. The thing that makes Pikachu better than Pichu is just the up special has a hitbox. Then you also, of course, have the down B, so being above Pikachu is always so scary.
He has more range than Pichu and he's just so strong on the ladder. Alright, next up is Meta Knight, and he is the highest ranking multi-jump character on this list. And all the multi-jumps allow him to just ladder guard opponents to get back easily. He also has amazing specials to get back to the ladder. Up special is almost impossible to punish for opponents.
Yeah.
The only thing he's lacking a bit is range.
Yeah, but once you got an opening, you can just push forward and just keep them off stage.
You can just control the ladder and you never have problems coming back.
Now we're entering top 3 territory with the oldest character in Smash, Game & Watch. His recovery, right, so hard to contest, he doesn't go into free fall. Even his down air, he can spike, it covers the whole ladder.
And then of course he has the super strong areas. Forward air on the ladder, it's just so good. Up air is absolutely broken. Yeah. What can you do against it? Yeah. You always have to come from the side if you're above Game & Watch. You have to let go and then you get a bomb in your face or the turtle, a worthy top 3 character. Alright, the second best character in Ladder Smash, in our opinion, is Pac-Man. Maybe a little bit of surprise for some of you. His aerials are okay. His recovery is also pretty good, but nothing special. But the hydrant is just too good.
It's so annoying.
It covers the whole ladder. He does have the super armor on side B, and down B is just too good. It's honestly all he needs.
And finally, number 1, Mega Man.
Mega Man.
So he has many good tools. One of them is definitely his upper that just covers the whole ladder, right?
Similar to Game & Watch and Pac-Man, he just has both. He has the oppressive up air and then the oppressive down air. This is the single best attack in Ladder Smash. It's a spike all the way through. It covers the half of the ladder. It is just way too good and it single-handedly makes him the best character in the game. But aside from that, even his back air and forward air are really good
areas, yeah. And on top of that, his up special, you can double jump out of it. It goes high. You're not in free fall.
He's like made for Ladder Smash.
Oh, really?
He's definitely the best character, at least for us. Have fun with Mega Man in Ladder Smash. And that concludes our complete tier list of Ladder Smash.
We didn't include Miis because Miis are just not available in Smashdown, and we usually just played full cast Smashdowns against each other, and so we have no idea about
We
Miis.
have absolutely no experience with Miis, and they have all the different specials, which again makes it hard to put
they
them
play
into
a big role on Ladder Smash.
So we left them out completely. If you want to play Ladder Smash at home, we will upload it again and put the ID in the description so you can check it out.
Or you just build one yourself and maybe show us some different variations of your Ladder Smash.
That would be fun because it's really so simple. And now we will play one game of Ladder Smash for our members for the bonus content, so all the members can check it out.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
See you soon
and stay beefy.